have to make a full video now because the comments of a previous video I made, people were calling me sexist, trying to cancel me. Video was as follows. I want so badly to prefer female STEM teachers, but honestly, I would prefer a sexist male teacher who thinks I am dumb and feels bad for me because I'm a woman than a girl boss teacher. Because maybe I am dumb, because at least they will help me. Some female girl boss teachers have the mentality of like, I didn't need help, so you don't either. Of course, I've had lots of awesome female teachers, as well as lots of awesome non-sexist male teachers. But the premise being I would rather deal with a male teacher who would patronize me a little bit than a female teacher who is unwilling to help me. And if you think that this premise is unfounded, I'm convinced, or think that it's sexist, you jump straight to that. I'm convinced that you have not worked in a STEM field or are not in a STEM field, because this is a documented phenomenon. I did not make this up. You can find like lots of videos, people talking about the exact same thing, more so as it correlates to work. And there's research to back this up. And basically, I have heard people say before, because I feel like this is where most of the discourse comes from, but women who are working in some sort of highly male-dominated field, they much prefer to have a male boss than a female one. Because the female boss is less competent? No, it's because you hear a lot of people say is that generally, sometimes a male boss, if you are a young female gunner, is more likely to want you to succeed, want to help you grow, to critique you less, have a overall better work environment. And there's research to back this up. I want to jump to the point that this is not about women in leadership. This is specifically about having a boss, someone at a higher rank than you who is a woman in a very male-dominated field. For example, it'd be a female boss in a field where all of the other bosses are men. And research to back this up about this phenomenon is something called the queen bee phenomenon, where women leaders in a male-dominated environment show behaviors like distancing themselves from junior women, being more critical of them, or being less supportive of policies that would help them. What is cited normally as the cause of this, and again, this is specifically women leaders in very, very male-dominated environments, is that some senior women adopt these behaviors as a response to having advanced through sexist male-coded workspaces themselves. So basically, especially why you hear this is something that Gen Z, younger millennial women will discuss, is that for the generation of women above us, it was who are the ones who are probably in those positions of power now. It was much fucking harder for them to get there. There's a lot more barriers in the way. There wasn't as many people who wanted to help them, or programs trying to get women into those highly dominated fields. And so there's some resentment there that you have it easier than them because you do. And so part of them wants you to suffer like they suffered. It's not necessarily that they don't want you to succeed, because I think that research shows that there's not a difference with those female leaders, male-dominated fields, in like promotions and things like that, but it is documented that there is lower work satisfaction. Young women who work under female leaders in male-dominated fields. Because in these male-dominated fields, research shows the speed at which you get promotions, male employees are promoted faster under male bosses, male managers. However, for women, regardless of the gender of your employer, it remains about the same. Again, why I say this is not specifically about women in leadership is that the same effect does not apply to organizations that have a much larger number of women in leadership. In these cases, the more women that there are in general in leadership, the better outcomes for women overall. So you guys called me sexist, but in fact, you're just not woke enough, because what causes this phenomenon in the first place is not having enough women in leadership. Anyways, force me to defend myself. Bye.